Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 14, Chapter 8. Love Must Win. Consider, O man, whether you earn any lasting joy at all from all your hard work, from the time of your waking in the morning to that time of going to sleep at night, a toil incessant and limitless, a toil which often does not leave you even a moment's interval, to call to mind the glow and grandeur of God. No wonder that even though God is everywhere, those who have seen Him are few and far between. Govinda, as the proverb goes, belongs to all, but there are hardly any who actually claim Him as their all. Thousands there are who extol the beauty and majesty of God in glamorous prose or poetry, but accounted few are the souls that share His grace. For the sweetness of nectar is known only to those who place it on the tongue, and not to those who collect it in cups, caskets, or even barrels. There were 3 Andhra mystics who had nectar on their tongues, so to speak, and so they were able to sing of the ecstasy they experienced, the God they realized. They were, as you may guess, Potharaju, Goparaju, and Tyagaraju. They were ever aware of the divine principle, the warp and woof, the cause and effect, the beginning and the end of the entire cosmos. They did not deviate even a little from the path of devotion and their absorption in God. Each one of them had known once and for all that they could rely on none other than God as master or protector. Today, people adore the strong, the wealthy, and the exalted as their patrons and protectors. They run after such persons and humiliate themselves by flattering them. But for these 3 mystics, the only protector, master, and patron was God. Rama in the heart can give unalloyed joy. Tyagaraju could easily have remained beside the thrones of kings had he so wished. He could have received invaluable gifts from royal patrons. But he refused the honors that his contemporaries were eager to bestow on him. He declared, "O mind, tell me, can the treasure bestowed by high dignitaries bring unalloyed joy? Or is it the divine presence of Rama within the heart that grants true bliss?" The emissaries from the palace had to return, carrying back with them the presents they had brought. Potharaju also had the same attitude towards worldly riches, for he too was immersed in divine delight. His brother-in-law, Srinatha, once advised him to dedicate the great Telugu epic poem Bhagavatam to the ruler of the kingdom, for the king would shower diamonds on him and free him from poverty forever. Potharaju replied, "Rather than offer this lovely, tender, angelic maid of poetry to wealthy barbarians in exchange for tainted food, I would far rather sustain myself, my wife, and my children on whatever fruits and roots I can gather from the forests. I shall dedicate this epic solely to God, who inspired me and placed this song upon my lips. No one else is worthy of this sacred offering. My loyalty is bound only to the supreme deity Ramachandra. Follow in the footsteps of saints." Then we have Goparaju, who built the temple at Bhadrachalam. Today it is difficult to find any men who would refrain from unscrupulously misappropriating temple funds. But Goparaju used his life and his means, even the lives and means of his kith and kin, for rebuilding and renovating the Rama temple at Bhadrachalam. Later, while in jail for the alleged misuse of state revenue, he pleaded with Rama. By spending 10,000 varahas, I got made a green gem necklace for Sita, the mother. I got made a crown of diamonds for you, my Ramachandra. You accepted them coolly and put on airs. No, no, Rama, do not get angry at my disparaging speech. When these people here deal blows of injustice, I blurt out harsh words. Pardon me. See how near and dear Goparaju took Rama to be, and how full of prema, love, he was for the deity. Such great persons are found not only in Andhra Pradesh but in other regions too. The culture of India has ever extolled such embodiments of devotion and held them up as examples before the common man. You must read about these saints, revere them, and follow in their footsteps. To do this, you must also keep yourselves in good company. In most of the Shiva temples, you will find the idol of the bull installed right opposite the lingam. Devotees taking darshan of Shiva look straight over to the head of the bull, for the bull itself is taking darshan with concentrated devotion which they want to share. Just as the devotees of Shiva keep company with his vehicle, the bull, to earn his grace, you too must choose friends who, by their company, would help in raising your aptitudes. Moreover, as teachers, you have to be models for the children as well as for their parents, who look up to you as the only educated persons in the vicinity. Treat the school always as a house of God. A little while ago, Nathaniel, a teacher from Varangal, promised that he would transform his school into a house of God. But the school always is a house of God. To treat it as a caravanserai or as a prison or as a house of correction is sacrilege. Treat it as a holy place where Saraswati, the deity presiding over knowledge and the arts, is present and is worshipped. Then, in that atmosphere of veneration, the pupils will mold themselves into worthy examples for the entire world. By taking this care, the teacher will be evincing an intelligent love towards the child. He will be promoting the pupils to accord their conduct with the sacred atmosphere of the school. After all, even the mother of the child may ignore some of its faults or even appreciate some of its peculiar mannerisms. But the teachers must be vigilant enough to take note of them and correct them by soft, sweet persuasion. The pupils will surely listen and obey if he senses the sincerity behind the teacher's love. If, however, the teacher preaches love but behaves as if he or she has no love, the persuasion would not succeed. Be warned of falling into the easy path of moving with the current. Heroism demands that you should promote your individuality and follow the ideals you deem best. Do not imitate others through sheer laziness of thought. Aim high and do not be disheartened if you miss your mark. It is better to fail in shooting a tiger than to succeed in shooting a sparrow. love will be rewarded 1,000-fold. Once you have placed an ideal before you or set a goal, stick to it through gain or loss. It is not for nothing that the song goes, whatever you hold, once you have held it, hold on to it until you win. Whatever you've asked, once you have asked for it, ask aloud for it until you win. Whatever you wish, once you have wished it, wish deeper for it until you win. Whatever you've planned, once you have planned it, plan firmer for it until you win. He must grant the victory to stop the wail, weep and pray until you win. Beware, don't lose heart and lag behind in effort. Goparaju, the Ramdas of Bhadrachalam said, I will not permit my feet to swerve from the path. I will not leave you without being assured of fearlessness. There are two ways of accosting God. One is in the manner of the beginner, of the devotee who is still in the elementary stage. He rhapsodizes, Lord, you are the embodiment of mercy. You are Ananda Swarupa, embodiment of divine bliss. You are all-powerful, and hopes thereby to win God's grace. But the dearer the devotee holds God, the more this distance disappears. It is just as when an acquaintance visits you, you welcome him with a handshake and smile, which are largely artificial. But when an old friend drops in, you receive him with an informal hello and show him a seat with a twinkle in your eye and warmth in your heart. In the flood of formal praise, love is mostly absent. As it happens, in dealing with the personal God, love is the preeminent requisite. Therefore, have faith, have patience, and do acts of love and service. Love will be rewarded with love 1,000-fold. Teachers Training Camp, Brindavan, July 30th, 1978. Saguna and Nirguna, with form and formless aspects of God, create the same doubt in the mind of a sadhak, who wonders if they can both be true. It is like hardened ghee and liquid ghee. Ice and water are the same. Water takes the form of the vessel which contains it. It is formless. But there is no distinction between ice and water. In sadhana, the Saguna worship and the Nirguna meditation are like the right and left feet for the journey. Sri Sathya Sai Baba.